guys, so today I am here to review UnWholly by Neal Shusterman. This is the sequel to Unwind, and I've done a review on Unwind, which I will link in the description box below, so you guys can go check that out if you are interested. So in UnWholly, we meet up with Connor, Risa, and Lev, our three main characters from the previous book. As we know, Connor is now in charge of the graveyard, Risa is the chief medical person at the graveyard, and Lev is kind of like on house arrests. He lives with his brother, and Pastor Dan is helping him out, and he has to do community service and all this other stuff. So the first new character we meet is Starkey. He is 16, and he was a stork as a child. Now that he's sort of a teenager, his parents have decided to unwind him, and he feels that he's being unwound because he was a stork. But I think his parents' point of view is like, no, we're unwinding you because you're a crazy kid. He's a very angry kid, and I guess he has a right to be. He feels like storks are not equal to other children, and you really see his anger pull through in his storyline. The second new character we meet is Miracolina. She is a tized, and she's being tized because in her family's view she served a purpose. She was conceived to help her older brother. Her older brother had cancer, and so she's a perfect genetic match. Now that she's 13 years old, she is to be tized. However, her parents kind of are like, no, we don't want to tize you, like, stop it. But she feels that this is her will, and so she goes on a journey to realize, maybe I don't want to be tized after all. The third new character we meet is Cam. Cam is completely made up of unwound parts, if that makes any sense. He's been rewound, as they put it in the book. This is one of those books that's kind of hard to explain, and you really don't get it unless you've kind of read it, or at least have some sort of prior knowledge as to what you're getting yourself into. First off, I just want to say that this book was not as good as Unwind. Unwound was a great novel. It's scary in a really, like, unsettling way, because it's something that I feel could actually happen. Like, you read other dystopian books and you're like, no, that's never going to happen, that's never going to happen. But when you read Unwind and now UnWholly, somehow I feel like this could actually happen, and we could actually end up in a world like this. These books make you think, and I love them. They're really well written. They're really well done, researched books. Like I just said, this book was not as good, and I think it just wasn't as good because it is a sequel. I felt like the first book was a perfect standalone book. Like, there's no need for a second, and I think there's also going to be a third book because it's being turned into a trilogy. Like, there's no need for that. Unwind was perfect the way it was, and I really do hope that the second book is kind of just the second book and everything kind of comes together in the third one, because questions are not fully answered. The book is left slightly open-ended, so you don't exactly know what's going to happen to Risa. You don't know what's going to happen to Cam. You don't know what kind of next journey Lev and Connor are going to be on. Like, what's going to happen to Starkey. So you do feel like it's an open ending. So it is being set up for a third book, and I really do hope that the third book really closes it off great, and it really, I don't know, like, I have really high hopes for the third book, just because I really love the series, and it's such a well done series. Even though this is a YA book, I can see how so many people can love it. It's one of those books that can really sort of be read by adults and read by, you know, teenagers. It has those teenage issues, like those emotions and that, you know, all those feelings that you have when you're a teenager, but just the science aspect, all the sociological sort of things that are implicated in the book and the concepts can really be appreciated by so many people, whether you're young or old. Now, this book is set up where you switch perspectives from different characters. So sometimes, you know, you read from Leb or from Risa or whatever, which I kind of really like that, because I feel like it plays out like a movie. Like, it plays out like a movie in my head, and I can see sort of the way it transitions and everything. And the transitions and the people, I cannot say enough good things about these books. And if you haven't read them, I really do recommend them. I think they're great books. It did take me a while to get into UnWholly, I picked this book up in February, and I had to put it down because I just wasn't in the mood for it. I picked it back up a week ago, and this time I guess I really was in the mood for it, and I just flew through it. Like, I just went right through it, and I was like, when is the next book going to come out? I really want to know sort of more about this world that Neal Shusterman has created. So I know this review has been kind of meh, and you don't really get a good sense of what the book is about, but if you've read Unwind, you know that it's kind of a difficult book to sum up in a quick little review. I do recommend that you go read Unwind because it really does make you think. It's a really good book. I can't say enough good things about it, and I really did like UnWholly and have really high hopes for the next book, like I've said. So if you guys have read Unwind or UnWholly, let me know what you guys thought. And if you guys can recommend any books that are similar to this, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!